Monday morning, and it's lovely and sunny for the minute. So I've just done the t-shirts and I've got the rat out, taken them up the post office. Lee's having a moment with the Austin bonnet. You wouldn't believe the bonnet size is pretty much the same, like, because it's got such a long cowl. About this. Had a little bit of supply issues with t-shirts just recently, so I apologise to anyone who got theirs a bit late, but they're all out now. How low it is compared. This is the ground clearance for the rat though. It's quite big. That's a good nearly can of Coke. No, it's not quite. Right, that gives me a bit of an opportunity to clear this side out. The rat's feeling really good. What I think I'm going to do with this is give it a week of all the little finishing jobs I never did. All the extra bits of brass and, you know, just do the finishing, which I've never done. And these loops, half a dozen in there. I'm going to have a chat with some people about that. Not really much that wants doing. I reach a point with projects or with cars that I've built or with stuff like this. Like someone said in the comments, it's all about the build, and it was. And I've reached the end and it looks exactly like I imagined it would. I've gotten into the Leaf now, and poor old rat, well, he's taken up valuable garage space. Okay, so I haven't got a great deal of time and I think it's about to rain. I'm going to finish off this. Basically what I'm going to do is put a return that comes up here and then returns onto this wood, and then that will support it in itself, and then that'll just be screwed onto there, and when you want to take it off, it just comes off nice and easy. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward, just an elbow. Not sure what I'm going to get done in this video this week, but I thought I'd do it anyway, because on Friday, continuing with Sassa's birthday, we're going away to Minehead for a few days. So I've got 4 days to try and get some stuff done. It's already Monday and it's about 2 o'clock already, where I've been doing t-shirts and stuff. Massive thanks to everyone who bought a t-shirt. But there's guys in New Zealand, Australia, America, Canada, Oak Swamp's getting out everywhere. Cheers guys. Right, so I used a piece with an elbow on it, but I actually want that to be flat now, which is a bit annoying. So I think what I'm going to do is give it some heat. Somehow again I cut it too short, I don't know. I need a bit of alley which kind of goes that down and then back again. You see the outlets? They're made of Duralim, which is aircraft aluminium. I've chopped it about and done loads of stuff, and it had loads of different bits of section and profile, so I'm going to have a look through those and see if we can't find one that will do the job. That's sort of the idea. It's a little bit thin. I don't suppose it's got to be thick though, is it? Or it's sort of like that. That'd probably do it as well, but I don't know if there's enough height. Right, I cut a bit off. I think what I'm going to do is flatten one side out. It don't look too bad. Could do with being just slightly longer though. It's only about 30mm. Shame. Okay, realistically, that's what it wants to do. Quite a bit different, so I'm just going to make it out of clay. Okay, I come across this piece of soffit. This was soffit on the house. What I'm going to do is use that as a top end. Fine. That's how it's going to sit in there, sit into there. Because of the steering column, this won't go in, so I'm going to cut this off. You'll see what I mean in a minute. To get it in there, it's got to go there, but once it's in, it's short. I've got to cover it up now, pouring with rain. Well, that was annoying. Just started to get there and it pours down with rain. Bit of a washout for Monday, but nice to take him out this morning though. I really enjoyed that. Forgot all about him. Tuesday, and it's hammering down. It's been hammering down all night. So to continue with this tank, I need to find a sender. And I've got Alan from Furtown to come over and he's gonna sort me out this stuff to seal this tank up, but he knows all about it. Basically, the ones I made yesterday were just a template for these. These are all exactly where I want them to go, and what I plan to do, trim these up. I'll put some screws down here, put a screw in there. I've got this bracket right in the way here, trim this up properly. It's got a few edges that ain't right, you see down here and across there. I think I'm going to build a carport for next year, because this rain is savage. It hasn't stopped raining all bloody week. Although, the next project is going indoors. I'm having to go in and out, mark a bit, come out, cut it, go back out. Yeah, that's starting to look like it now. What I'm going to do now is get this piece that goes in here to fit exactly, and then I'm going to make a piece for along here. That bit of flooring can be screwed down, I think, then. Well, that's handy. This bit needs very little off of it. It just needs a little bit of a clean up on the edges, and then I can sit that in there. Right there. So now I want to make one that carries on right across here and then goes right under there. You see when it comes out how much shorter it has to be because of that thing up there. What's that thing called? Steering column. We've moved on from using roofing, and this was the shelves in the kitchen, believe it or not. 50 coats of paint on it. Oh, would it want that much in the middle? Right, I've trimmed that up a bit and that looks a bit better. What I'm going to do now is drill a heap of holes in it. I'm going to clean them up, obviously, get all this cream paint off. I'll get him back to Ali. I've got a feeling the rain's going to stop. Right, I'm going to give these a little clean up and then drill some holes in them. That's the kind of the finish.
Devoting weather, let's all swing together.
Right, so continuing on with this tank, Greg's arrived.
Ah, hi chaps, right. So what we're going to do is convert the rust with Furtan rust converter, and then we will coat it with an epoxy coating inside, which is called Tapox, not Furbox.
What I'm doing here, usually you would weld this up, just so you can see a before and after. I'm going to weld it up afterwards, and we're going to do it again afterwards, but for the purposes of this video,
Absolutely.
we did the rat tank on it. It's been banging ever since. To be honest now, every car I build, this will happen to the tank, because there's so much ethanol in fuel nowadays.
Well, the ethanol sucks. It's hygroscopic, which means it literally sucks the water out of the air, and then that then converts into like an acid inside the tank, and it dribbles down the inside of the tank, and it actually corrodes the metal away. It's bloody evil stuff. And it makes the plastic pipes go brittle, it softens floats, it even dissolves solder, which is a real worry, and it attacks aluminium.
Yeah, this is your government doing this to you. Your government is ripping you off. Here comes Alan. You might remember Alan from doing the rat tank, and he's got some products with him. I've explained that we're leaving it open so you can see inside and see exactly what this stuff does. So this is rust eater, is it?
No, this is the rust converter. So it's not going to take any material away. I know, because we were speaking on the phone, this is a nice solid tank. But if you come to tanks which are just on the edges of pinholing, then if you put the rust eater in there, it's going to help. It's going to help the pinhole. If we spray a bit so that you've got a demo bit which is easy to see, and then when you're going to lead this or weld it up.
I'm going to actually teach myself to solder metal.
Righto, okay. So once you've done that, just put the litre of the rust converter in there, shake it all around, drain out all that you can, and that can go back in the bottle for your next job, because looking around, there will be a next job.
Oh, there'll be plenty of next jobs.
No.
Tanks have always got to be good, haven't they?
The tanks have got to.
The way I feel about this car I'm building at the moment is I want it to be reliable. If you tick all the boxes and say, right, it's never going to be the tank, it's not going to be dirty fuel, it's not going to be clogging, that's one thing out of the equation, isn't it? You don't ever have to think about it. And so many people have starting problems and driving problems because it's clogged up fuel.
Because the alcohol in your scotch or your whatever, or beer or anything, is ethanol.
Really?
Yeah. It's only 20 degrees different, I think, on the distillation chain. If you're making your own hillbilly hooch, be careful, because you could end up drinking meths and not ethanol.
Yes, which makes you blind.
I thought it was something else made you blind.
That'll make you blind.
So we're going to do a little tester and see what happens.
Just spray her in.
What you would usually do here would be to pour some of this in and shake it all around and get it into every orifice and crevice in it. Destroys rust, protects steel.
Yeah, give it a bit of that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it comes out, because that might be the finish I get. But what will happen afterwards? Will it ever rust again?
Two things happen. It puts down a layer of very thin layer of zinc phosphate, so the steel's protected from the outside world, and any corrosion, obviously you've only got microscopic corrosion here, that gets turned into iron tannate, which is the black stuff, and that rusts about 1/10 the rate of mild steel.
Oh, perfect. A couple of guys in the comments asked about where they could get the Furtan products. Where do we get them, Alan?
At stockists, they're on the website.
There'll be a link below to the website.
Product name is Furtan, and that's the website, furtan.co.uk.
Gotcha. We'll continue with this when that tank's gone completely, and you'll be able to see exactly what it does.
Good to see you.
Cheers.
Good to see you.
Take it easy, mate.
Bye-bye.
Got your whole thing today. You coming here then? Come here then. There you go. There you go. Go on. Half an hour, and look how black that's gone already. Right, there you go, dry fit. All the rest of these are doing brass screws, every other one, just leaving a hole in between when I put it all back together again. Got some little bits of trim up on here, just around the edges, to just make it sit in there nicely.
Come meet down that old tit shack. Get there, you don't wanna go back. Smoke, drink, party all night. Feeling lonesome, even that's alright, yeah. We'll have a ball, jumping around on the floor. Good times here at the hole in the wall.
Nice and solid. Ooh. Oh, I love that class. Lovely notchy gearbox on this. Clicks right in, it's like a Reliant gearbox. Well, there you go, there's another day killed by the weather. But it's going to be nice tomorrow. Right, this door stop from last week, if you didn't know, it is actually a 2CV cylinder. You see the piston would have gone up and down in there. I can't remember who got it right first, but he got it right within minutes. So, well done, mate. What I'm going to do today, as I've got it all open, is to take everything out. I know I'm concentrating on this a lot at the moment, but I just want to get that piece finished, and then I've never got to come back to it. But it just means I can tick that off the list, head forward, and the rest of it is all pretty fairly simple. I want it to be the best it can for the first drive up the road. So I'm going to whip some of this out.
See the billboard will walk right in. They play music from way back to when.
So what I need to do on the way to bolting this all up is to cut a hole in here so I can get at the battery, which is going to live down there.
Roll a few dice.
I brought a battery out. Had to extend my original idea, but I need to go longer and a little bit wider. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm putting an inside lip in here and I'm going to rivet this right the way down there, and then the piece will sit inside and it'll all be flush.
Better get my baby home before it gets too late. If I die to find out, it's gonna hand me for bait. Standing on the porch, gun on the head, yeah. I hope he didn't see the peck on the lips, yeah. Then a mad dash bang.
Alright, I've got those two in. Just got one more to go in here. What I've got for this is, you know, I messed that piece up down there and that fits straight in there. This is also doing it, it's helping keep the shape of the seat. Love it when the old sun comes out. You know, as soon as it's out, I'm out. Okay, so I've just got to cut this bit out. I'll cut them bottom ones first. Yeah, you wouldn't know it was here. Good enough. And it means I can get my battery in and out. Little tiny bit of trimming up to do, but I've had enough today. That's at least sort of nearly on the road now. If you follow the channel, you already know, but this is the 1924 Citroen B-Tech frame with a lovely axle for frog oil. I'm going to be starting this as soon as the Leaf gets an MOT. The motor in this I've called Hank. It's a 216 Chevy from about 1949, I think. I haven't tried him yet, but he's loose. I took the rocker off and it's really cleaning there, which is weird. So I'm gonna have to check this motor out, but it needs a distributor, but I think my mate's got one of those. First job I'm gonna be doing when I start this is moving that engine right back. The frame's gonna be finishing somewhere around here with a single seat with a gear stick coming up between your legs. I'm gonna modify the original Citroen steering box and I'll make sprint style so it comes across here somehow. Before I consider what the body's going to look like, I've got to find a grill shell. I've got a few grill shells knocking around, but they're all too new. I want to get something square for that, hopefully 20s. So if anyone's got a nice rusty 20s grill shell they want to flog cheap, give us a shout at oakswamprats@gmail.com. Cheers. Now I'm not going to be keeping this back axle because that thing knocks out about 90 horsepower apparently. It's a 3.3. Chatting to a guy at Bewley, he said this axle will snap instantly, so I'm gonna take his advice on that. This fella builds Citroens and he wants the back end, so we're gonna do a swap, I think. Until I get the grill shell, I'm stumped with this. Oh, I put the Rover 14 horse grill. That looks horrible. Blech. So the frog's gonna be going first. I'm really looking forward to him. I've been waiting a long time. That was the original car I was going to start with when I started this, and it's been sat here ever since. And it's his birthday this year and he's 100 years old, so I'm going to build it anyway. Thursday, editing all day. Now I can relax and get ready to go to Minehead with Sass for her birthday. If any of you lads live up near Minehead, got a car collection or something nice to look at, give me a shout at oakswamprats@gmail.com and I'll come and see you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a like and a comment. It'd be really appreciated. If you're not subscribed at this point, please make sure you do that as well. Not only will you be helping me out, but you'll get a notification to tell you that I'll be here next week. If you'd like to support the channel, please go over to the tip jar, or better still, go over to my shop and get yourself a lovely Oak Swamp t-shirt. Anyway, massive thanks to Jim for all the cool tunes, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you dudes next time. Hang loose!
Absolutely dreadful.